Have you ever felt like someone around you is acting a little off? They smile at you, they talk to you, they even congratulate you, but something doesn't feel right. It's like there's a hidden tension you can't explain. Maybe they go quiet when you share good news, or maybe their compliments feel slightly backhanded. Here's the truth most people don't realize. Not everyone who claps for you is happy for you. Some people are silently competing with you. Some are comparing themselves to you every single day. And the worst part? They'll never admit it. In fact, they'll act like your biggest supporter, while secretly hoping you fail. In this video, you'll discover 3 clear signs that someone is secretly jealous of you, and once you see them, you won't be able to unsee them. Jealousy is one of the most hidden emotions people carry. No one walks around saying, "I'm jealous of you." Instead, it shows up in subtle ways through behavior, tone, and small actions that most people ignore. And that's why it's dangerous. Because if you don't recognize it, you might trust the wrong people, share too much with the wrong person, or let someone slowly drain your energy. The reality is, if you're improving your life, achieving goals, or even just becoming more confident, there will be people who feel uncomfortable around your growth. Not because you did anything wrong, but because your success reminds them of what they're not doing. In this video, I'm going to break down 3 powerful signs that reveal hidden jealousy. These aren't obvious signs. They're subtle, psychological, and extremely common. So pay close attention, because one of these signs might describe someone very close to you. Let me tell you a quick story. There was a guy named Alex. He started improving his life, working out, building his career, becoming more confident. At first, his friends supported him. They cheered him on. But slowly, things started to change. One friend stopped inviting him out as much. Another would joke about his goals in a sarcastic way. And one would always find a way to downplay his achievements. Alex was confused. Why are they acting like this? I haven't changed. I've just improved. What he didn't realize was simple. Not everyone grows with you. Some people stay the same, and when they see you leveling up, it makes them uncomfortable. That discomfort often turns into jealousy. Sign number 1, fake support and backhanded compliments. The first sign someone is secretly jealous of you is they give you fake support. On the surface, it looks like they're being nice. They'll say things like, "Wow, that's actually pretty good for you. I didn't expect you to pull that off. You're lucky, honestly." First, it sounds like a compliment, but if you pay attention, there's always a small negative twist hidden inside. Let's go back to Alex. When he got a promotion, one of his friends said, "Nice, I guess your boss really likes you." Notice something? Instead of recognizing his hard work, they turned it into luck. This is a classic jealousy behavior, because deep down they don't want to fully acknowledge your success. Why? Because if they do, they have to admit that you're doing better than them. And that's uncomfortable. So instead, they minimize your effort, add sarcasm, or disguise criticism as humor. Another example, they'll clap for you in public, but in private their energy feels different. Cold, distant, slightly off. Here's the key takeaway. Real support feels genuine. Fake support feels confusing. If you constantly feel like someone's compliments come with hidden negativity, there's a good chance they're not celebrating you. They're competing with you. Sign number 2. They disappear or get distant when you succeed. The second sign is more subtle, but very powerful. They pull away when you're doing well. Think about it. When you're struggling, they're around. They talk to you, laugh with you, spend time with you. But the moment you start winning, they disappear. They reply less. They stop showing up. They seem distant. Why does this happen? Because your success creates a comparison. And not everyone can handle that. Let's go back to Alex again. When he was broke and figuring things out, his friends were always around. But when he started making progress, one friend stopped calling him. Another started avoiding conversations about success. And one even said, "You've changed." But here's the truth. Alex didn't change. His results did. and that made people uncomfortable. Jealous people don't always attack you directly. Sometimes they just remove themselves, because being around you reminds them of what they're not doing. It highlights their lack of discipline, their lack of progress, their lack of action. And instead of improving themselves, they choose distance. So if someone was close to you during your struggles, but disappears during your success, it's not always coincidence. Sometimes it's jealousy. Sign number 3, they subtly try to undermine you. This is the most dangerous sign. They don't just feel jealous. They subtly try to bring you down. Not in obvious ways, but in small, indirect actions. For example, they discourage your ideas. They plant doubt in your mind. They question your decisions constantly. It might sound like concern, but it feels like resistance. Back to Alex. When he wanted to start a business, one friend said, "Are you sure you can handle that? It's risky." Now, that sounds reasonable, right? But here's the pattern. Every time Alex tried to grow, this person would highlight risks, focus on failure, or suggest he wasn't ready. Not once did they say, "Go for it." That's not concern. That's hidden insecurity. Jealous people don't want to see you fail openly, but they also don't want to see you succeed beyond them. So they try to keep you at their level. They'll lower your confidence, make you second-guess yourself, or subtly slow you down. And the scary part? If you're not aware, you might start believing them. That's why this sign is so important. Because once someone starts influencing your mindset, they're no longer just jealous. They're affecting your future. Psychological insight. Now let's understand something important. Jealousy is not always about you. It's about how people feel about themselves. When someone sees you growing, it forces them to face their own reality. Your discipline reminds them of their laziness. Your success reminds them of their excuses. Your confidence reminds them of their doubts. And instead of using that as motivation, some people turn it into resentment, because growth requires effort, and not everyone is willing to put in that effort. So they choose the easier path. They compare. They criticize. They compete silently. But here's the truth. Jealousy is a reflection, not of your worth, but of their insecurity. So what should you do if you notice these signs? First, don't take it personally. Their jealousy is not your responsibility. Second, stop oversharing your plans. Not everyone deserves access to your goals. Sometimes silence protects your progress. Third, pay attention to energy, not just words. Anyone can say, "I'm happy for you," but their actions will always reveal the truth. And finally, keep growing, because the best way to deal with jealous people is not to shrink yourself, but to rise above them. Stay focused, stay disciplined, and most importantly, stay around people who genuinely want to see you win. So let's quickly recap. The 3 signs someone is secretly jealous of you are: 1. Fake support and backhanded compliments. 2. They become distant when you succeed. 3. They subtly try to undermine you. If you recognize these signs in someone, don't panic. Just become aware, because awareness gives you power. And once you see the truth, you can protect your energy, your mindset, and your future. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. Have you ever experienced hidden jealousy? I'd love to hear your story. And remember, not everyone who smiles at you is on your side. Choose your circle wisely. And once you see the truth, you can protect your energy, your mindset, and your future. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. Have you ever experienced hidden jealousy? I'd love to hear your story. And remember, not everyone who smiles at you is on your side. Choose your circle wisely.